New at 5, 13 schools in the Tulsa Public Schools district were taken off the failing list today, along with 6 other schools across the state. TPS Superintendent Dr. Ebony Johnson joined State Superintendent Ryan Walters this morning to make the announcement. Fox 3's Devin Lyon joins us live from Unity Learning Academy, where the announcement happened. Devin, there are still more schools they want to see taken off that list.
That's right, Nathan. Now behind me, Unity Learning Academy is one of those 13 Tulsa Public Schools taken off that state failing list. This finally puts more than half of TPS schools off of that state list. Now the district and the state say they want to use the success story of Unity for others to model towards academic improvement as well.
Owen Elementary School, Robertson Elementary School, and Unity Learning Academy, which we are right here celebrating this with Principal Henderson and her great staff.
And look, I couldn't be more excited to see the work being done here at Tulsa Public Schools, specifically the work being done here at Unity Learning Academy, and it's so much what we want to see around the state.
All smiles coming from Tulsa Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Ebony Johnson and State Superintendent Ryan Walters, who jointly announced over a dozen TPS schools coming off the state failing list. Unity Learning Academy is one of those elementary schools. They were in a group of schools called the Critical Improvement List, which means they're behind other schools in specific academic areas and testing. It allows a school to receive certain grants and support from the state in order to boost academic performance in some areas. But it can also eventually count against a school's accreditation status. Principal Tara Henderson of Unity Learning Academy celebrated their work in reading and writing improvements to get off of the CSI list.
We group them according to what the skill gaps are for those kids, and so they are in a small group together. And in that small group, we're working on filling those gaps for the particular skills so that they can get to the point to where they're reading fluently and independently.
Another school taken off the CSI failing list was Edison Middle School.
One of the biggest things, like she spoke on, that was the most important is Tier 1 instruction. We needed to make sure that we had the highest leverage moves for each teacher, for each individual class, for each individual student.
Superintendent Walters and Dr. Johnson spoke on the long road it took for this academic turnaround for TPS and other school districts.
When we started the relationship, it was a challenge. I mean, we stepped into a lot of things happening around the need to aggressively get our students where they needed to be, and the State Department was holding us accountable for what we needed to take care of and do. And so right from the onset, we made the decision that we're not going to focus on a whole lot of things that's out of our control. We're going to focus on what's in our control, which is student achievement.
Again, this is a dramatic turnaround. Listen to the principal right here talking about that transition from junior high into high school is huge, and we're trying to emphasize that across the state. Yes, elementary, early childhood is absolutely incredibly important, but these supports have to continue throughout middle school. And again, we've seen a real intentional plan here from the superintendent and her team.
No doubt the hard work by teachers and students at schools like Unity and Edison Middle School deserve to be celebrated.
Order of operations, what do we see there? We see parentheses.
But there's still work to be done at TPS and across the state. 30 Tulsa schools remain on the CSI failing list.
We started off with about 45 schools a couple of years ago when we first started this work. We're right at about 30 that we have to continue to work with. We believe our trajectory is showing that we'll reduce those numbers as well.
After today's announcement, I found there were a total of 79 schools still on the list for critical school improvement. Over 500 schools have a D grade or worse from the state report card. I sent a follow-up question to both Superintendent Walters and Dr. Johnson. I asked, there's still 30 schools on the failing CSI list. What will it take to get those schools elevated off of this list as well? I have not yet received a response from either. Now, there could be more changes to that failing CSI list down the road for every school in the state, and for better or for worse. State testing and even ACTs are beginning for every school in the state. Those scores are factored into these failing and CSI lists. Now, Dr. Ebony Johnson from TPS says as a district, they're trying to monitor and keep up with their students throughout the entire school year, so that way they're better equipped for these critical testing moments. Now, I'll keep you updated on any changes to those lists, as well as any answers they provide to my questions. Live in Northeast Tulsa, covering news that matters, Devin Lyon, Fox 23 News.